ain't no, ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. We're back. I'm sitting here picking on my man Big Rube and
Smack this guy.
Hey, well, you know, you gonna get knocked the hell out if you try that shit.
Crazy.
Don't
You can't hurt nobody.
Don't let the small stature fool you.
Hey,
ain't no half stepping with Marcus J.
I mean,
it's time to go into the missing child, which I had hoped to have at the top of the last segment, at the bottom of the last segment, but I had some technical difficulties, but I do have it now. I've got a family abduction that I want to share with you guys. Young Chaylon Cyrus Howard. Chaylon Cyrus Howard apparently has been abducted by Marsha Cyrus Howard, which is his non-custodial mom, on February 21st, 2012. He's got a scar on his forehead, and his hair is braided in cornrows. Chaylon was last seen wearing blue jeans, a blue polo shirt, and a black ACG boots. He may be in need of medical attention. It does not say what kind. Mother and child may have traveled to Trinidad and Tobago. Anybody who has seen young Chaylon Cyrus Howard, who was born on August 21st, 2012, he is now 11 years old. He's missing from Brooklyn, New York. He's 5'8", 80 pounds. May have seen his mom, who's May 7th, 72. She's about 41 years old right now. She's 4'11" and 130, so you won't be able to miss her because she is a small woman. Please contact the National Center for Missing and or Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678, and also hit us up on the missingkids.com website or missing and exploited website for the Black and Missing Foundation. So definitely make sure you guys keep your eyes open. They're missing from Brooklyn, New York, and they may have traveled to Trinidad and Tobago. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. is happy to turn over the microphone to your main man, Big Rube. It's time for him to debut his new segment. Looking forward to hearing it. Looking forward to having some fun with it, Big Rube. The floor is yours. Go on, my brother.
Yo, what up? It is the round table. The round table is a place where we take 3 topics. I will put them out like I did today. And Marcus J. will not be talking but so much until he has an opinion. But he will be manning the computer, and he will be, when you have comments, put them up there. We need participation because I already know what these people here going to say.
Did you just say I can't talk?
No, I said you can only talk when you have an opinion. You can't be talking like out the blue and stuff because you'll be too busy doing work. I got you working. Sure. Got you working, son. Working.
I want to make that clear.
You need a hat just in case it get too hot in here? I mean, we got you.
Tell me I can't talk.
Yeah, whatever.
Lord,
now,
my show.
So, like I said,
sucker.
Hit us up on the Facebook. Hit us up on the Mixlr. Hit us up on the Twitter. And you know what? Ignore Marcus J. He is being very disrespectful right now, and I understand that because he's a little upset. He can't be as brilliant as Big Rube. It is what it is. Now, first topic today. Everybody got him. Everybody want him. You know what? You might even be one. We talking about haters. So we'll go around the room. And we'll talk about some haters. Because for those of you who don't know what a hater is someone sometimes who is a little jealous of you. And they make little snide comments about it. You know, trying to diss you. Trying to take shine away from you. Trying to, you know, just make you look bad. But you know what? Secretly, they jealous. They wish they could be you. And stuff like that. So, the first thing... And I'll go to SY first.
Oh, great.
Because I know SY got haters in the world. So, do you need haters?
I do.
Why do you need haters, SY?
Because it makes me thrive to do better.
Now, what is one of your favorite haters? Because I know everybody's got a hater that, you know, because this hater right here, I'm doing what I do. So, tell me about a hater that just made you just do some work.
Well, my favorite hater... What does she make me do? She just makes me want to do everything better and then bring it to her attention.
Now, just to let me put this out there. Mm-hmm. Let's change the names, protect the innocent. Because, you know, I ain't trying to get beat down because of this and stuff like that.
No Red Lobster incident.
I mean, nah, we don't need none of that.
Don't eat out.
So I assume this particular hater you are in contact with consistently.
I am. I am.
And does this hater go out of their way to hate on you consistently?
The hater makes it part of their daily ritual to.
You got a dedicated hater.
Yes, I have a dedicated hater.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
And we're gonna call her Hater Z. Since she's kind of
she
like
don't even get a name.
last.
She get a letter. Hater Z.
And Hater Z likes to shoot down everything, say something about everything. I think Hater Z dreams about me.
Oh wow,
I do.
Oh, all right.
I do.
All right, JR.
What up?
You got a favorite hater out there, man, who just makes you go above and beyond what you need to be doing?
Yeah, man. I don't know that they make me want to do anything other than hit them in the throat, but you know, we just gonna for lack of a better choice of better words anyway.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, if I'm meeting and exceeding goals that I have for myself, why is it you're like what's so special about me that you got to come to me or to people around me and talk about it? What's so fascinating about me? Why can't I be me? Why can't I get my money?
Now I assume hater is a female or male?
Hater. Hey, you know what? I got family haters.
Oh man.
Man, I want to be like you. You got more than one.
You got
I got
haters in the
haters
blood.
at work. Woo, you know, I mean, but you know, and you know what? I always get the stuff like, and you know what? The family haters are the haters that say I sound white. The family haters.
Yeah.
I'm too good for that.
Ooh.
You know, I'm a snob.
You're a snob? They call you a snob?
I'm a snob.
Wow.
You know, I used to get told that, oh, Godwin, that place ain't all that. Chesterfield County School's better. I'm like, I'm just going to school. I really don't have a choice of where I go. I could go to Georgia with as long as I'm paying attention and doing what I got to do in school. But yeah, haters. And these are adults at the time. I'm just a kid.
Nice.
So, you know, I got haters here. I got haters far and wide, here and there, tall, small, all shapes and sizes. And I just want to shout them out because if you listening, and I know you listening because you be hawking my Facebook, so I know you listening. If you listening, I love you too.
Marcus J. I know Marcus J has haters.
I don't even feed into it. I ain't got no haters that I acknowledge. I ain't got no haters that I know about because I ain't got time to be thinking about somebody that don't like me. If you don't like me, that's a you problem, and I don't get into somebody else's problem. It's that simple.
Ooh, that's a you problem. We've heard that.
I like that. I'm using
that. Is his signature.
I don't give a damn. I mean,
phrase.
for real. Like when you told me we was gonna talk about haters, I'm like whatever. I don't want to talk about.
Well,
I
still know how he feels on the subject.
I don't want to talk about no haters. I mean, Tony agrees with me. She said honestly enough with the hater talk. I don't think she doesn't think she has haters. That's how insignificant they are. It's not even a matter of them being insignificant for me. It's like I don't acknowledge or notice someone that's not positive with regards to my grind. And so if you're not part of what I'm doing, then I don't even see you.
Word. I got a hit. One boy hit me out. Haters make me sad because honestly, I want people to be happy in their own lives and not be concerned with my life. But maybe hating on me motivates them. And you know what? Big up to Q. Thanks for hitting us up. You know, I have been called a hater before. You know, maybe because I make a comment here and there, or maybe because you know what? Maybe you got too much shine on you. Just because sometimes some people can take that a little bit out of control. You know, once they get that shine, they want not just the little ray of sunshine, they want the whole damn sun. And I'm just like, sometimes you don't need the whole damn sun. You know, maybe you just need to, you know, take the little ray and be happy with it. But, you know, I guess one of the biggest things, I know we're not talking about haters too long because, you know, haters is just something that are out there. We can't really, like, it's like the common cold. It comes back and it goes away, then it comes right back. So the biggest thing is, how do you use haters to your advantage? Like Marcus, I know you don't recognize the hater per se, but I know you have people out there who feel some kind of way about you. Now, do you feel like that, you know, they should be we should get rid of them, or do you use that to your advantage? Or
I don't think about them. I don't care about them. I don't use them in my universe. I don't use them in my world. I don't think about them enough for them to have any kind of impact or influence on what I do. If you a hater, then you go be a hater in your universe, in your world, but you don't affect me. Mm-hmm. You don't affect me because I'm so far ahead of you that if you don't like what I'm doing, and if I'm ahead of you, then you smelling the smoke that's coming from the heels that I'm kicking. So that's a you problem. I don't feed into this. Like when we hear this, like people like the new phrase is, haters, fuel my fire. That's bullshit to me. I know I've been saying shit a lot tonight, but that just, y'all fire me up because it's like, come on, man, for real. Like whenever I hear people say stuff like that, I'm like, you really thinking about these people that don't like you. You thinking about these people that's trying to drag you down. You whack as hell. You as whack as they are. You somebody that's worrying about somebody that don't like you. For real? Ooh.
Preach, brother. Preach.
Haters be hating.
That's the second time. I've been saying the S word a lot, but I almost said the F word twice because y'all firing me up. Like, really? We talking about haters? Like, to me, it's so clear that we don't acknowledge the people that's not trying to participate in our positivity, that we don't even think about them. Let them go and do what they gonna do. It's like real Republican to me.
Wow, Republican.
Wow, real Republican.
I mean,
that
like
the way you said it, it sounded like a cuss word.
I mean,
it sounded really.
They up there with haters with me. I mean, hey, look, don't get it twisted. Democrats ain't no better. We talk about wolves and foxes here. They both dogs, and they both want to bite you. One's gonna try to be slick about it, and the other one's gonna come right out and just bite your ass. So let's not try to make that out.
They both got rabies.
I'm
too,
one
right?
or the other. I ain't blood or cuz. I'm in the middle. I'm purple.
Arf. Oh, DMX on them. Cool. One more thing. Q hits us up again. You're not a hater just because you don't like something. You're a hater if you want to see someone's downfall. And I think that's important. If you sit there and you are negative towards someone, are you a hater? Yes, because you don't want them to succeed. How about you succeed on yourself and let them succeed on themselves? And that way all of us can succeed, or all of us at the very least could be in some type of positive competition. Because when it's all said and done, what makes people better is competition. And for me, I believe competition is a good thing, and now I'm kind of straight off the haters thing, but I believe competition is a good thing because, you know what, if we beasting, I get bored of us beasting. I mean, we know we beast. We need to do something else. So, as far as haters go, Marcus J said that he don't be feeling it. The rest of us have haters. I got haters, I've been sometimes called a hater. I don't really care. My thing is to get in your mind to do for whatever. And it's never used anything important. It's just like, your shoes are whack.
Right? I think a topic touching on haters is appropriate though, because I ignore my haters because obviously you can't do so much at work. You have to ignore them if you want to keep your job. So you have to stay focused on what you do. But, it helps to have an avenue to vent. So, I do appreciate something like that, because I would like to, just push a couple of them down the stairs and just like kind of watch them. Boop, 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 boop.
All right. The next topic, which is kind of near and dear to my heart.
Simone, actually, before you moves on, she's saying that she's in competition with nobody but herself, which tells me she's agreeing with me, and so does said. He flat out says, I'm with Marcus. So they ain't feeling no haters. Good. Just like I ain't feeling no haters. So
good.
That's what it is.
Now, the next topic is something that's near and dear to my heart because I deal with it, because I work with kids and stuff like that. So we want to talk a little bit about bullying. Now, I figure we might take a little bit more time on this one because right now bullying is a very important topic that's going on, and of course with kids in school. And the crazy part about it is we all put our focus into children and other children bullying other children. We don't put any focus on adults bullying adults because I feel like that adults bullying adults is just as bad as kids bullying kids. And then sometimes you got adults bullying kids, and sometimes you got kids bullying adults. So I guess the first thing I want to talk about, and anybody can jump in here, is they keep saying that as far as bullying is because someone has low self-esteem and they need to feel like in order to feel good about themselves, they need to impose their will on something else, on somebody else. Where does that start? I mean, realistically, where does that start? Because, you know, you can have kids grow up in a nice home and all that, and then go to school and they're like hell on wheels, you know. So I guess, you know, we'll start with JR first. I mean, so what do you think, JR? As far as the bullying aspect goes, where is it really, really, really starting at?
You know, I think one, it can be at several different ends of the spectrum. You can have a child who is, say, abused by a parent or a family member. It doesn't even have to be a parent. So they feel like they will go and act out in other ways to other people. Now, you may not have even done it as a child, but as an adult, you know, you're feeling that angst. So you seek to do that by doing little things to people at work. Or to people just in your life or in your personal relationships. And then under that same token, you could be a person who came up in a wealthy home, a well-loving home, and just feel hollow. It's just people. Everybody is different. Everyone was made different, and everyone has a different set of circumstances that they go through in life. And I think with respect to bullying, you know, nowadays, you can't. The old solution of, let's just knock them out. That don't work. That don't work nowadays, because nowadays we have a mentality that is taught to us that, you know, we shouldn't defend ourselves. We should go get somebody to defend us for us. If you're in school, if someone is bullying you or someone's hitting you, you shouldn't hit them back. You should go make a YouTube video with index cards and have Good Morning America do a segment about you. To me, if there's a situation where you are being bullied as a child, like, man, knock them out. Knock them out. And if they bigger than you, pick up something and knock them out. Because regardless, I guarantee you, I have a few of them, and we friends on Facebook now. You know, okay. And to me, you just make sure you standing up for yourself. You don't even have to actually hit them, but make sure you stand up for yourself, whatever the situation is. And if you're the bullier, ask yourself, why am I doing this to people? What about my life says that I need to inflict pain, whether it be physical, whether it be verbal, or just situational intimidation that you're imposing on people? Why do you need to do that? And what ways could you find another outlet for that?
Now, I've witnessed bullying in adults, and I witnessed a bullying attempt on a child. And the attempt was made to my child. And I armed my daughter by telling her the only way that you can be bullied is if you fall into whatever they say to you the first time, because it will make them come back to you again and again and again. So when she gave me what happened to her, I armed her with information that maybe a child should not have known, but this was my way of shutting the bully down. Mm-hmm. And I gave her the information, and she went back to school with the information, and we never had a problem again. Now, I still tell her, if someone approaches you for any reason, he said, she said that, blah, 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 let's cut that. You tell him or she or whomever, if they want to address me, you tell them to come to me, period, end of story, and you move on. The little messenger is not going to have a choice. The messenger is now thinking, maybe we better not mess with that one. And they're going to go take that message back to the eagle. The eagle's not coming back. The eagle's going to come back if you fall into the trap. Okay? Now, I witnessed bullying at a former job that I had. The man was a manager, and he would come to work and dig in to his group. Dig in. Come to find out, it's low self-esteem. Because at home, he was not the one wearing the pants. This was low self-esteem. And the only way to get this out, or be the boss of something, was to come to work. and take it out on the employees. And once everyone realized that, took them down. It took them down.
All right.
You just can't. You can't feed into it. Don't feed into it. As scared as you may be, you have to hold some ground. Grit your teeth, Lord, hope and pray, whatever you want to do and say in your mind, but stand your ground. And this stuff is not. It's only played into if you play the role that they want you to play. Period.
Knock them out the box, Rude.
Well, I want to come to Marcus with something a little different. Still on bullying, and let's talk a little bit about adult bullying. It's interesting that, and I don't want to put it out like this, but there's really no way to pull it out. You know, with adults, it's a lot of, you know, the people you don't expect to bully. There's some people who are just like loud and obnoxious and whatever. Then you have the other ones who, you know, life sounds good, go to church every day, every Sunday, you know, great husband and wife, you know, kids love them, yada, yada, yada. So as I was thinking about this topic, I thought about one of the 10 Commandments, you know, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I found that to be interesting with adults because we do have a lot more adult bullying than we care to acknowledge. But my question is to Marcus J on this one. As far as adult bullying, have you once seen it? And has it been tried on you or one of your friends where you felt like you had to step in and, you know, make it known?
I can't say that I've personally been involved, seen, or been a part of adult bullying. I'll be honest with you. I'm one of those people where once you reach a level of maturity, I think you should be able to handle yourself in a way where this type of thing isn't as effective in your life as it would be as a child. So with that being said, it may have gone on around me, but I haven't personally acknowledged it or experienced it in a way that maybe others have. I just, adult bullying to me, I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, because I'm sure it does for some folks.
It's not in your realm.
It just doesn't happen in my realm because I'm like, you're a grown-ass man. You're a grown-ass woman. This person is crossing into your personal space, whether it be saying something that's disrespectful or treating you in a way that is, you know, not the way you should be treated. Handle your business. You know, so I guess because I come from an area of tough love, maybe that might be the reason why I don't see it. I'm not acknowledging that it's not there. I'm just saying for me personally, it's not something that is part of what my life is. And you know, I don't know if I answered your question appropriately. I can speak to childhood bullying because as a child, I was bullied. I was bullied. I grew up short, still short as a grown man. I still deal with people try to pick on me because I'm short. I don't care. You kiss my ass with that, you short stuff. For real. We could fight. And I'll stand on the chair and punch you in the eye. And I'll look you eye to eye and punch you in the eye from this chair if we want to take it there. You know, in all seriousness, I grew up short. I had glasses. I was a smart kid. I had my own father. Believe it or not, they would pick on you for having your father in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I dealt with all of that. I remember one time in the 10th grade, these punks jumped me and broke my glasses, man. I'm still mad about it. They broke my glasses, yo. I'm still, that's why I'm still mad. Because you know me. When last time you see me with the same pair of glasses 2 days in a row? But anyway, I digress. Bullying is out there. I saw an article on the news this morning about a little girl who she dealt with bullying from all sides. You know what I'm saying? Like, a bunch of little kids was bullying. She's like 14 years old, and they was telling her things like die and we hate you, and why don't you just kill yourself? Like, they was going in like that.
Kill yourself though?
Yes, JR. Yes. And the girl jumped off like a building and killed herself. She's like 14, 15 years old. So I know you asked me directly a question about adult bullying. I can't really speak to that.
That's fine.
But childhood bullying, I lived it. I was a part of it. I was someone who, might be a big part of the reason why I am big into loving children and taking care of children and missing children and, loving my daughter and loving my daughter's friends and all of that kind of stuff, because I know what it's like for people to want to pick on you because of how you look, because of how you act, because of how you dress, because of what your home life is like, all that kind of stuff. The things that should be positives, punk ass kids who ain't got them things, who wish they did,
haters,
want to pick on you because they ain't got it. And that's why I say haters. True. So you know what? 9-year-olds that's listening, they ain't know how to step on Marcus J right now, listening to the colorful language from the host. Ain't nobody in the crew cuss tonight but me. I'm not endorsing. JR said MF.
Man, I'm telling you though,
I'm not endorsing violence, but if somebody come at you the wrong way, JR knows Mama J, and y'all got extracurricular activities.
That's right.
Y'all share.
That's what's up.
And I'm just saying that if I get called to the school because Mama J punched out some kid that did the wrong thing, I'm not saying
that's your business.
Endorse it, but I'll understand.
You gotta remember too, the bully picks on who they think they can get away with it. They're not picking on just anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna piggyback on Marcus. I was bullied myself in high school. I was fairly intelligent. I was fat. I was kind of short, and I was a nice dude. So I guess it's one of those things where, if you're nice, kids don't like you if you're a nice dude. You don't get into no problems and stuff. So, but I digress. I guess my next question before we move off bullying is, and I can't believe I'm saying this, and I've been really wanting to say this for a minute. But
let me get it. Let me get a hit in from social media. Joy, I love you. Thank you so much for listening, because you crack me up sometimes. Joy is hating. Okay. Joy is hating.
Say it ain't so, Joy.
Joy is hating. Joy is hating. She's working on herself, but she do hate on her husband because he can eat whatever. At 37, she tried, but she can't.
I hear you.
And Tony is saying one word: deflect the hate. So, Joy, you just gave us all a good laugh. Ain't no half stepping on Marcus J. Big Road.
All right, now, like I said, and this is going to be one of those things that Big Roof says, and people going to look at him like he a little crazy, and that's okay.
Shocker.
I get that from time to time. Shocker.
You always say.
Shocker.
I guess back in the day when I was bullied, I thought once or twice about, going to the next life, but I didn't do it. What is it that's going on with the bullying that is so terrible that is forcing these children just to be like, yo, I can't do it no more?
I don't remember kids jumping off buildings, JR, when we was kids.
What's going on?
Here's the thing. We're not teaching our kids to defend themselves today.
Yep.
You can't defend yourself today. Let me give you a little background here. Like when I went to middle school here in Henrico County. Okay, now going to middle school, you're introduced to people who come from other elementary schools, people who are older than you, and this is when you start to get that culture of different neighborhoods coming together in a school format. Now, I had several instances where two kids tried to jump me in class, but they caught a beat down. I just was not having it, but you know what? I got suspended and they didn't. Yes,
that's not.
It's happened. It's happened to me several times. That's not good. But you know what? They don't like the person who defends themselves. In school, they are teaching your children not to defend yourself. So if a kid's saying, well, I can't defend myself to these people, but they can still consistently pick on me, they're now it's even more widespread because it's not just at school. Now when you get on Facebook, you got pictures and it's probably got this person in it because they done had their cell phones at school taking pictures of this person and making, little jokes about their pictures and things. And so now they're feeling even lower about it. So now when you got people laughing at you that, live in France, you know what I'm saying? Because, people friend people that they don't even know. So you got people all across the country pointing and laughing at you, and they don't even really know what they're laughing at. And these kids have no defense for themselves, and so they kill themselves. They have no way to defend themselves. If we arm our children, we'll be a lot better off.
Big road. When I hear the subject, I'm glad you brought it up. We all kind of shared our personal experience. Well, JR and I shared our personal experiences with regards to being bullied. And I'll be honest with you, I've gotten an adult reputation of being somewhat surly. Some people call me mean, blunt, direct, all of those kinds of things. And I'll be honest with you, in all seriousness, I honestly believe that those personal characteristics come from the experiences that I had as a child, because I honestly believe that there's two ways that you can kind of come out of traumatic types of experiences. You can either cower and, with respect to the people who do these things, punk out and jump off a freaking bridge, or you can come out swinging. Now, I'm not that guy that's going to come out swinging and want to fight people. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm not the guy that's going to be running and crying and upset and all that stuff. I'll take an ass whooping for real, but you're not going to punk me. And I'm not going to jump off a bridge. And there's some people that's not going to take the ass whooping that will jump off the bridge. And it's kind of one of those either or type of things. And respectfully, the people who jump off of bridges and cower, they kind of punks to me. They don't deserve to be bullied any more than the people who faced that bullying and dealt with it. They're not, their experience is not any less than what ours were, but you can't jump off a bridge, yo. I'm sorry, you can't jump off a bridge, Ruben. I mean, you got to figure out, you got to figure out some other kind of way to deal with this. And, if there's those of us who dealt with it, you said that you were bullied, you still here, you ain't jump off no bridge. There was got to be some kind of way that you figure out a way to deal with it in a way where you live with it. And if you get some sort of comeuppance against those perpetrators who made your childhood very difficult, then great. If you can't, that's kind of jacked up. But at least you still here to be able to tell your story, because you ain't jump off no bridge. And I'm just never going to endorse your Kurt Cobains and your any of these people who, like what's the black dude from the Disney Channel that's on?
I just know him
the
as
black
the famous
dude.
Jet Jackson.
Jet Jackson and
Rizzoli and Isles.
Rizzoli and Isles. I love the show, and now I got 6 episodes on the DVR. I got to watch the dude. And now find out that he dead. I'm looking at him grinning, handsome guy, and now I got to see. I got to know he's dead for the next 6 episodes on my DVR. Anyway, I rant sometimes, big. Yeah. Take this your segment. I'm sorry.
Sometimes.
My boy Q says, once again, I completely agree with the argument that we're arming our kids with the ability to defend themselves, and he sees it because he works with schools. He's a coach in middle school and stuff like that. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to get at is those of us who have been bullied are still here, but a lot of these kids aren't, and I don't understand what is going on in the home to the point where, now I'm gonna be real, my parents had no idea that I thought about doing stuff to myself and all that. That's not something you talk to your parents about. You don't be like, yeah, Mom, I think I want to go jump off a building today. You don't have those conversations.
Right.
But it's like, I don't understand that kids of the day just don't, they feel like they have no way out at the beginning, and they haven't even gone through, or they may have gone through it, but I don't know I don't know what we can do as adults to help those kids, because I don't get it.
Tony is saying that some of the children who commit suicide have mental issues, and that ain't nothing new. Yeah,
but all of them don't have mental issues.
Everybody ain't got any mental issues, man. A lot of them just feel tormented and don't see no other way out.
But when you have low self-esteem, for whatever the reasons are, and let's say it's not because somebody's bullying you. Let's say it's an issue bigger than that. For whatever the reason is, and somebody comes and on a daily basis you are hounded by this jerk. How much can you really take? There's only so much a person can take, and they feel like there's no one to go to for help.
Jumping off a building ain't an option.
But the option that they have is, do I deal with it or not? And they decide not to. But you can't, like me, I was bullied as a kid, and I took ass whooping after ass whooping. But to go home and tell my mother was not the smartest thing to do, because mom is going to come up to school, mom is going to raise holy Hades, and then guess who's going to get their butt kicked after school because mommy came up to school?
But see, you know what? Under that same token, like, my dad was and obviously, my dad grew up in a time where, he had to worry about being called the N-word openly by white folks at school. And, he said he's in the 4th grade. He's like, it's right around the time, integration, and he was, called the N-word. He would go home crying. My grandfather told him, if you come home crying to me one more time, I'm going to whoop your ass. My dad knocked dude out. That was it. So we was told, look, if you, just like you said, if Mama J call you and say, hey, school call, she had to defend herself, you may not necessarily endorse it, but you're not going to be mad at it either.
Yep.
We was told in no uncertain terms, like, look, if you didn't start the situation and you tried to handle the situation responsibly and there was no other recourse but to defend yourself, then that's what you do. I'll give it football. I will remember the day, football. Big dude, he's bigger than you, Rube, and we was in high school. We was freshmen. And the dude, we call him, I ain't gonna even say the name because people out there know, but, look, man, he just wanted to be a bully. Straight up. And I'm like, man, go ahead, I'm going to hit you with this chair. That's what I'm going to do. It was like this.
Opportunity.
It was like this. I'm like, go ahead, yo. What I'm saying? Because number one, I ain't really trying to fight because I know where that's going. Number one, he's big, so if he grabbed me, that's pretty much it.
It's a done deal.
So, you know what? He didn't. I grabbed the chair and boom. I had a vacation, but I didn't get in trouble for that. Because I defended myself. Like I said, if you give your children your support, I think they would be a lot better off. You may have to take some days off because they suspended, but they will be a lot better off, and the people wouldn't necessarily mess with them.
Yep.
But then I will say this too, nowadays, kids are crazy. Kids will, go home and get somebody's gun that ain't locked up. And then next thing you know, you shot, your friend shot, the teacher may be shot too. So there's other circumstances that I didn't necessarily deal with that we see more and more of. And I don't know whether that's a tribute to the social media and the news outlets and the 24-hour news cycle, but that's something else to think about too.
All right. Well, parents, love your kids. Hopefully they don't have to go through what you went through if you had to go through it. But we're going to go ahead and move on because we're running out of time. Last one today, which is an interesting topic. We've talked about haters and we talked about bullies. And now we're going to talk about skin color. Because the most interesting thing about skin color, as far as, and I can speak to black people, I don't know how many times people get bullied because their skin is a different color. I don't know how many times people hate on you because your skin color is a different color. But, aren't we all supposed to be people and all that stuff? My thing is, you have the dark-skinned people against the light-skinned people. I like to tell this story that one of our boys will talk about. We lived in this house, and every night you know, one of the dudes would come home from work. The dude was midnight. I mean, he was black as midnight. We'd be in there playing Xbox and whatnot, and all the lights off, just TV on. And he walks home. He walks in the house. You know, he may say to him, hey, what's up, or whatever. And it was like a different black joke every day. I mean, when he walked in the house at midnight, it was a different black joke. But you know, it's one of those things, well, friends and stuff, and we do that. But when it's all said and done, I really feel like there is some sort of divide between light-skinned people and dark-skinned people, not just white people and black people, just dividing our own race. So that's why. I mean, you looked at me and you was just like, yeah, you know, people hate on me because I was a little bit of more the chocolate color. So how do you feel about the skin color situation?
I love my skin color.
Well, not your skin color. I mean, have you ever had a situation where a light-skinned person came up and, you know, said some stuff to you, or vice versa?
Nope, never.
You mean to tell me in your whole life you never dealt with your color?
I didn't have any light-skinned black say any. Oh, hold the hell up! Wait a minute.
I was going to say,
what's her name? And I don't
protect the innocent.
Damn,
she ain't nowhere near here. And if she does hear me,
call her
I don't give a rat's ass.
Hey, look, if she listening, she can call us at 402-804-402-2893 and defend herself if she crossed the line.
Chick's name, but I was in the 6th grade. Spanish chick Jackie. We went to Nathaniel Hawthorne High School. Middle school. And she picked a fight with me coming down the hill. And right before she hit me, she told me, "Don't be mad, cause nobody can see me in the dark."
Damn, that's serious.
I remember that remark.
Yo, that's funny.
I remember that remark like she's saying, "What the hell's her name?" Jackie. I'm gonna have to ask my mom.
So did you win that fight?
Did I win that fight?
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't have a chance. She didn't have a chance.
Cause she crossed that line.
The bad part was we were on the hill. So once I did this, one of us was on the hill, one of us was going like Jill down the hill.
Tumbling down.
About you, JR? JR's a little bit of a brown fella. You know, he's not on the dark chocolate side.
He alright.
But you know, he's closer to the middle.
He's unmistakably black man though.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So
I've never actually had that personally. We got to shout out my boy Harry. All love
Harry.
Yeah, Harry is a rather dark skinned fellow. Okay, and much like you know, me and my boys, we kind of joke on Harry. You know what I'm saying? This is what we did. You know. Now I remember. A friend of mine, Marsha, she was about my complexion, and we were in middle school, right? And my friend Philip always tells this story. Shout out Philip up there in Pittsburgh. He tells this story that me and Harry and Marsha, we are all in the same social study class, right? So he walks by the classroom, and the teacher cuts off the light, and Marsha said, "Harry, where you go?" We used to give it, like, I forget who came up with it, but they used to always say he would look like Daffy Duck with his big shot off.
Oh, shut up.
Stuff like that. Whoa! But I'm putting out there what went on.
That wasn't nice.
Okay, we never said it was nice. This is the topic. So I'm just telling like what went on. Now Harry caught a lot of black jokes, and he took it.
Is this your friend Harry?
Absolutely not. But you know what though?
Show the picture of Harry Potter.
When we joked with Harry, it was all in good fun, and he took it in stride. But you know, as an adult now, you know, I often wonder, like, did any of that like really offend him?
How about Marsha?
That is not Marsha.
Yeah, just pick it. Just pull out a picture of Harry and Marsha. I'm just saying. I just want to know if this is his friends.
Harry and Marsha.
But you know, with respect to that though, and family members, I've had family members tell, you know, stories, because I have sides of my family that are white, and I have sides of my family that are Native American, and then you have side of families that's black. I've had relatives speak of, you know, because I wasn't, you know, lighter skin, you know, I maybe didn't get the attention of some of the other adults in the family. Like we had that going on.
Oh man.
Yeah. Now, like, I mean, I have my great grandmother who passed away a few years ago. I came home from middle school one day, got off the bus. I hadn't seen her in years. She came running up to me, and, you know, white lady. But she's not white. She's black. She's black. But, you know, she's mixed, but she looks like a white lady with blue eyes. It tears me to pieces to this day. But, like, my reaction to her, like, I know she know how I looked at her, because, you know, if you go through life, no matter what your complexion is, no matter what side of the spectrum you're on, like, if you get certain looks because of certain things, then you know that look. And, like, again, it's one of those things as an adult, like, I wonder, like, how she felt when her great grandson kind of looked at her like, who is this white lady?
Oh, wow.
You know, so it's. You know, it's a lot to the skin color thing. But
let's get another side. Marcus J.
Oh Lord.
Everybody knows the complexion that you share. You're a little bit darker.
Yeah.
Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful.
Yeah.
Black of the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Oh yeah.
I said the darker the flesh, then the deeper the root.
Yeah. So I mean, of course,
about to run into Tupac on you, man.
I know. That's why I had to stop you.
Yeah.
Have you had similar instances, sir?
Not at all. Not at all.
Light skinned people don't be hating.
Nah. I grew up in a neighborhood in Jersey City, New Jersey, where pretty much everybody in my hood was, I guess they would say brown to dark skin. And so the people that I grew up with, we all kind of looked the same as far as complexion. We had a lot of Hispanics, you know, my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters. You know, some of them ran the gamut between being our complexion and being, you know, I guess similar to white complected. It literally, in my life, has never, ever been something that I've ever had to deal with. Colorism is, I guess, what the phrase. We talked about it here on Aint, Steppin with Marcus J. when we had the Dating Pool Diva in the building, because we talked about how we don't always treat each other right, because we've had light-skinned black people and, you know, versus dark-skinned black people, and we know the history of it, whereas the lighter complected people were viewed upon as being more favorable, you know, to white people, massa, because those were the house people, because those people look more like the people in the house, whereas the darker complected people weren't viewed upon favorably, because the darker you were, the less desirable you were. So I know the history of it, but I have personally not been affected by it. Now, I also know the history of the brown paper bag test, where you had previous generations of black people who, if they put a brown paper bag to your face, and if you were lighter than it, then you was cool. If you was darker than it, then you was not cool. Yeah, brown paper bag test. And if you see the movie School Days, directed by Spike Lee, you can see an example of the brown paper bag test. So to answer your question, I'm very fully aware of the history behind colorism, because that's the new age phrase for it. But as far as me being personally affected by it, I have not.
Wow. Well, all right. You know, I've had some instances. You know, I've been called olive complected. I've been called
yellow boy, red man.
Yellow. Especially growing up, I was lighter than I am now. But you know, it's one of those things when you see a light skinned brother with freckles, you know, you kind of just like, that's weird. Yeah, I think they're cool, but other people think they're weird. You know, so I could say I kind of been through
They're
it a little
cool
bit.
on you.
I mean, thank you. I mean, they're sexy and stuff. So, but it's I mean, that's what happens. You say something nice about Big Rube, you get the red cheeks that, you know, people get mad about because you can see it. But I think, you know, as a whole, unfortunately, I think we deal with this a little bit too much. You should love people for people. Mm-hmm. You know, I think it's interesting that we even had that. Not good, interesting, but it's like the fact that we even have a divide, you know, between one race sense. Is even like
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense, you know, and we need to grow from there.
I'm getting a hit on the social media. Tony is hitting us up. Although I do get a little irritated when people ask me if I'm mixed because of my unique complexion. Regardless of my heritage, I'm black, and I don't need to be mixed to anything else. I'm beautifully colored. Is what she's saying. So she's got other comments there, but unfortunately we've got a little bit of technical difficulty, so I can't get the rest in there. Mm-hmm. But she was alluding to basically her personal experience with regards to colorism. So.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much I picked these three today because they each had something to do with each other. You know, because of course you have haters. You know, whether you acknowledge them or not, there are people out there who either want to be like you or they want to hold you down where they are because they feel like if you're above them that that you're better than them, which is not the case unless you choose to make it so. You know, and then of course, we talked about the bullying because really when you start hating, you go that gray line turns from hating to bullying. I mean, it's more prevalent in children. Absolutely. But adults do bully too. Don't get it twisted. If you haven't seen it, look out. You might see a little bit more. As adults, we tend to turn blind eyes to things that we think are more focused on children. But really, adults do it all day, you know, to each other. And then, of course, to the skin color, because when it's all said and done, people bully for a lot of different reasons. And skin color and the race of black people is actually one of the things that they bully each other most of, you know, whether it be in a joking manner or a non-joking manner. You know, the fact that we use the physical to bully somebody, maybe not on purpose, or maybe, you know, just hey, it's a joke. It's still a bullying tactic, you know. And I think as adults, so we all need to realize that. And maybe you listen and you learn one little thing that may change your outlook, that means this was all worth it. It's Big Roo. I'm done. The round table is closed until next week.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Time's about 9:30 here on the East Coast. But You know what? We're going to do one more segment because, damn it, we own the studio. It's just we do. So we want to appreciate those folks that's listening to us on TuneIn. We ain't giving to TuneIn people any love tonight. I want to thank those folks on TuneIn, as well as thank the folks on MixLR that's staying with us. We got a What the Hell segment. We're going to shorten it. I had 2 segments, but we got, you know, limited amount of time. So we're going to ask about the hate with Miss America. I want to know about rape victims who get in trouble for dropping a dime on their rapists. I also want to know what's up with Boris Kojo talking about you get fat, that's a deal breaker. Might have to kick you out. We know how the sisters feel about that dude. Ain't no hashtag Marcus yet. We getting into those stories in a couple of more. Stay with us. We're gonna be here for another segment.